So my name is Soran Prasad. I'm the Business Development Manager for Western Canada based in Vancouver. So for me, it's 12 noon. For some of you, it's 12 noon or 1 or 2 or 3 p.m. So thanks for all joining. We have travel consultants all over North America, Canada, and US. The purpose of my Maldives or Maldives, you can say both. I checked with the locals. Um, I'm just going to tell you about my personal experience. I took this trip exactly 1 year and 1 week ago, last year, May, and I took my parents with me because I am single. Yes, I travel with my parents, I know. But it's just a nice experience for them. I stayed at 4 different Adaaran resorts. So just this picture I put up there, that's my mom and dad walking towards the restaurant. And this resort is the Adaaran Middipudu Resort. Yes, some of them have very unique names, so I'll try my best to pronounce them. So that's the overwater villa. This is actually a duplex overwater villa. You can see it to the left. I think you can see my cursor here. There's 2 doors. So one is to the right-hand side, one's to the left. It's 2 overwater villas together. Okay, let's see if I can move to the next screen. Okay, there we go. The 4 Adaaran resorts that I stayed at. I mentioned it on the top. The slideshow that I'm going to show you is I took little videos of the overwater villa, of the villa, and of course a beach villa. Now again, the pictures that I show here, they're all my personal videos and photos, so I'm not a professional, but I thought it was important that you see the side of what I see. You can get all the professional videos on Goway.com as well as the Adaaran Resort, just to get that feel of it, the professional side. But I thought it was important to show you my personal side of it. I'm also going to go, the who, what, when, where, and why to sell it, where to find the information on our website. And the key question that I always get asked, Maldives versus Tahiti. I've been very blessed, very lucky to visit both countries. So keep that in mind. Where will you find all of the Maldives information? Of course, everything's on our website on Goway.com, but this is the brochure that you'll see, World Most Idyllic Islands. I'll give a little shout out to the other islands that we sell in this brochure. Of course, Tahiti, followed by Maldives, Mauritius, Seychelles, Bali, Greece, Croatia, Fiji, Cooks. I'm sure I'm missing an island, but just think of anything to do with an island, we have it in this brochure. Need to know, Maldives, when it compared to Tahiti, it is the atolls and then the mountains. There's no mountains, Maldives, it's all atolls. Over 1,000 islands, and they're all flat. So it doesn't matter if you go to the north or south part, they're all going to be the same gorgeous view of the Indian Ocean. When you get to the Maldives, you will get a 30-day visa if you're a Canadian or US citizen. You do not have to pay for this. It's given upon arrival. And your passport has to be valid 6 months after the expiry date, before the expiry date. US currency is used in all the resorts. You can do the local currency, but US is highly recommended. The best time to go, of course, is the dry season, which is their higher season. When it's our winter, fall here in North America, that's when it's the best time to go. Monsoon season, remember, it's just south of India. I'll show you the map, is the rainy season. Now, I went in May, which was considered to be the rainy season, and I was very lucky. I didn't get any rain. It rained at night some days, but I never got it during the day. Most of the resorts in the Maldives are 4-star and higher. Remember, Maldives is a very new emerging destination. It's only 10 to 15 years old, where Tahiti was born a little bit earlier. Of course, everyone copied what Tahiti did of the overwater bungalow. It was the original place of the overwater bungalow or villas that they call it. But Maldives is one of the best places that you can go to because of the way of the landscape and geography, how it's done. One resort island hopping, not recommended like it is in Tahiti. You just get one resort because the landscape and the view is the same. The only difference is the resort. So when you go to an island, it's only that one resort on that island. Uncrowded, unspoiled, fabulous for luxury, overwater dining. There is underwater experience restaurants. Now, there's 6 of them, could be more in the Maldives. I did not get to experience one of them. I know one of them is at the Conrad, but any other additional information you want, you just contact our res team. We have our specialists. More than half of them have been to the Maldives, and they can tell you about all the different accommodations that we sell. All inclusive, all inclusive, all inclusive. I highly recommend you book the all inclusive plan, because what's going to happen when your clients get to destination, they have to eat. And it's not like where you can say, hey, I'm going to take a taxi or water taxi into town to grab dinner. You're stuck on that island and you have to eat on the island. Dining is up, it's a foodie destination too. Remember, you're staying high-end luxury accommodation. So there's all types of meals. If you're going to the same restaurant, they change up the menu every night. The other option is, of course, a meal plan. So maybe breakfast and dinner, I would suggest. And the other thing is, if you book EP, European plan, you're only going to get commission on the EP plan. So you might as well upsell it to the all-inclusive. It is not cheaper for your clients to do a European plan and then get into destination and then pay for the meals there. It's more economical if they book all-inclusive prior. Here's the map. So I think you guys all know, but I mean, of course, there's India and Sri Lanka. So Sri Lanka to go to Maldives, and Mali is the capital city. It's an hour and 15 minutes from Sri Lanka. From Mumbai, which is, well, let me just guess here on the map. It's a bit on the coast here. It's a 3.5-hour flight. I flew via Hong Kong. From Hong Kong to Maldives was just under 8 hours. On the right-hand side, this is the map of all the Maldives. Of course, not a detail, but it shows you all of the different islands and the atolls. Doesn't matter if you go to the north or south, the landscape is not much different. So there are resorts all over the Maldives. How to get there? So when we book a package for you, the transfers are included in the price. So if you are staying at a resort not more than 90 minutes away from Mali Airport, you will take a speedboat. And the speedboats run 24/7. The speedboats can go at night. Now, if you're taking a resort that you have to take a seaplane, you will have to, and you arrive at night, you will have to overnight in Mali. And the reason why, the seaplanes do not fly during when it's dark, when it's at night. The resorts in Mali, which is the capital, or I should say the accommodation, you get all the names that you know of, the Courtyard Marriott, the Hyatt, the Hilton. I believe I even saw Hampton. They're minutes away from the Mali airport. If you arrive at night, you go to the airport hotel. The next morning you get picked up, get transferred back to the airport, and then you take your float plane. Float plane is another experience, and I'll show you a short video when I move on. The top photo, so as soon as you get off, you get your luggage, you go through customs, you walk up to these little kiosks here. All the resorts are listed there. So of course your name, as soon as you see where I went to the Adaaran Resorts, they basically took me. The first night, I arrived at night, so it was 11 o'clock, and I stayed at the Adaaran Vidu Hotel. We just literally, you can't see back there, but we just walked across the street, got on a beautiful speedboat, got a bottled water, and we headed to our resort. We were there within 20 minutes. I mean, where are you going to get that experience from? This is me sitting outside my little house for 4 nights. This is at the Adaaran Hidifushu Resort. So this is the main entrance here. This is one of the older resorts. This resort is 12 years old. And here to the back, you can see the steps. That's the bathroom in the back. And then you basically walk right into the ocean. I'm going to show you, I think, oh, there's me a selfie. This is just in the morning. I just woke up like this. I did put my glasses on. We're waiting for a little golf cart or butler to pick us up to go for breakfast. But this is just the view, not photoshopped. This is just me taking a selfie as the background of you can see of all the water villas. Now they usually go water villas, not necessarily use the word bungalow. Bungalow I find they use more in Tahiti. Now this is a picture. I try to take the pictures before we walked in because the room was clean. So I'm just gonna, if I'm pointing out, if you can see on my cursor there to the top left, that's a cot. Now, of course, we had a cot because I was staying with my parents. It's not common, so just kind of ignore the cot. However, if you do have a family that have children, if they're under the age of 12, they can stay in an overwater villa. They will just have to sign a waiver. As you can tell, there's not railings anywhere as you're walking towards your overwater villa. So that's why they recommend that you sign a waiver. And it's not like highly likely that you do get children that stays in the overwater villas. When I did go, I saw maybe one family out of the 15 villas. So it's not as common. But, if you want to take your children, absolutely. This is a video I'm just going to show you real quickly of you can see it here, Adaaran Prestige Villas of the Hidufishu. Now this is of course the king size bed. Very straight there. There's also the balcony that goes out. The blinds are down. That's the entrance. And here I'm walking to the bathroom. Of course, the beautiful tub with the double vanity, all private. And there's your shower. And then you just walk out to the beautiful ocean. Now to the right, the patio does extend, so you can go out from the main room there. As you can see, I'm just going to walk right into the ocean floor. There's another resort. I believe that was the Club Med. So that's the only view you'll see is the ocean and of course another resort. So quite beautiful. The other image I'm going to show you is a beach villa. So as I recommended, or maybe I didn't, the average booking that Goway does do is anywhere from 7 to 10 nights. So if people do stay a little longer than 7 or even 6 nights, they split up their stay from a beach villa and an overwater villa. It breaks up the price point, and I highly recommend it because it is a different experience to stay right on the beach and over the water. Again, depending on the budget and time frame of your clients. Now, the average person, if they do take a 2-center holiday, which they combine it with another country, I'll talk about at the end, and they just want to do a short stop in the Maldives, people will do the 4-nighter. That's where I would suggest in the whole time in overwater villa and a resort that's closer to the airport where you just take a speedboat transfer. So this is of the beach villa at the Hidufishu. This is our golf cart, our little butler that drove us, and there's the beach. And I'm basically going to walk right into the beach villa. It's its own little house, own little hut. There's a beautiful king size bed. Oh my, I need to brush up on my video skills, hey? There's a little vanity area with the closet and of course the bathroom. It's all about the bathroom. So there's your outdoor shower, followed with your indoor shower, and of course your vanity. So it's all private. So it's definitely, you do get that outdoor experience. This is me gonna enter the little walkway onto the float plane. And you can see all our luggage is all here. And yes, it's all gonna fit into this aircraft. I believe it was maximum 12 or 14 in the aircraft. And this is me, of course. My dad has a window seat, my mom in the aisle, and there's the people in the background. Now, when you do a float plane to your resort, I think it's like pretty much like another tour, because as you're flying over, you see all these other individual islands, which is absolutely stunning. I couldn't tell you which resorts we're flying over, but this one on the bottom right, that's a little town. That's the way you can tell. If you don't see a little a little wing out where you see the overwater villas, it's probably going to be a local village. So even Mali is the main town, but there are outside the other atoll islands, they're actually villages, so they're local. I'm going to go into this one now. Apologize if the screen's the noise is a bit up. I just took this quick video. This is me just flying over another resort. I couldn't tell the resort name, but you can see the overwater villas over there, covered by the coral there. The dark waters is, of course, beyond the coral, and that's where you would get your diving. But yeah, this is just as we're flying over. I'm so excited. Just a short video to show you. Now, this picture here, this is the Prime Minister's weekend home. I took this photo and I showed it to one of the staff, and they said, oh yeah, that's the Prime Minister's weekend home. It's his own little town. So he usually goes here almost every weekend. It's about a 20-minute speedboat ride. Of course, we can't go, but I thought it was kind of cool. I got a image there. Another little town. This here, I'm going to show you just another photo of just showing how beautiful the islands are. This one, I was amazed by the overwater villas, just the little area of how beautiful it is. I couldn't tell you which resort that was, but this is what you'll see as you're flying over to your resort. Beautiful gardens, landscape everywhere. A lot of the resorts on the Adirons that I seen, and that's also some of the other rest staff that visited other islands. A lot of them will have their own organic farm as well on the island. So they grow their own bananas, their own herbs, mint. I had the best mojito. Yeah, I know, in Maldives. Cuba's great too, but it was just grown fresh out of their local garden. This is the Adaaran. Now I've talked about the Hidifushu. Now I'm going to the Adaaran Midipuru Resort. I'm going to show you again a beach, water villa, and sorry, a water villa and a beach one. This one here is of the restaurant. So this is us walking from our villa to the restaurant. So it's like a horseshoe shape, which I'll show you here in the video. You can see that's our parents walking down the walkway. There's a beautiful ocean with the beds. And here's all of the overwater villas. Now there's 12, but actually 24, because remember this one is a duplex. So each, and I go back right to the restaurant there, that's where we're walking to. It's all about the food. I'm going to show you the beach villa first. Keep in mind, even the Adaaran Resorts, they're not consistency in their architecture. It's all very different, which I think is quite great because it's all different tiers. There's your 4-star. I said all 4 stars, 4.5, and then your 5-star, and then your ultimate luxury, which I'll show at the end. But this is the beach villa, which is, again, you walk straight out to the beach. You get your towels all included in your snorkeling equipment. Here's a beautiful hardwood floors, a seating area, your king bed, your TV, which you never watch. I always take a picture of the ceiling because I think it's important to show how beautiful the high ceilings are. Your little coffee area, desk, and of course the bathroom, which is again your indoor shower. And that's actually a waterfall shower and the double vanity. So this was recently renovated. Now this is of the overwater villa. Here you can tell the architecture is very good. You got the shiplap, the wood on the side there. And I'll show you how the bathroom is not right off the balcony. It's at the back. Oh, there's your glass floor, which no one liked to walk over except for me. Beautiful ocean where we see the sunset. And the reason why the bathroom's not next door, because you got the jacuzzi. 2 people can fit in that jacuzzi. That's where I would drink my champagne just before dinner. This is, so that's the Adaaran Midipuru. Now, in general, when you do the all-inclusive, your 3 meals are included, your drinks. Some people do ask me, is Maldives a dry country? What dry means, no alcohol, because it is Islamic Muslim country. Absolutely not. In all the resorts and all the hotels, they serve alcohol. So here I got my alcohol, and they serve all types of drink, from your mojitos to your margaritas, your daiquiri, something special, martinis. They do have it all. Also, nightly entertainment, because it's an all-inclusive. There's always a karaoke, a band playing, bingo night. So they do have activities during the day. People eat in the morning and they're out basically doing their water sports. And then evening, they have the dinner, and then some hang out by the local bar, or some people do the nightly entertainment. Not as big as what you would get at the all-inclusives in Mexico and the Caribbean, because remember, these are just your individual island and smaller resorts. This one is the Adaaran Prestige Vidu. This is the first resort I got to experience as soon as I arrived at nighttime. This one here is just an aerial shot from me on the main island, taking it of the bar. So there's the bar to the left in the lobby. You're going to see the honeymoon suites there, just the 4 bungalows there. And then as you walk over, those are all of the other overwater villas. And that's the walkway to go to the main island. This one here is a night shot only because we arrived, remember I told you we arrived at 11 o'clock at night. So we were traveling 24 hours. And it's so much better when you can arrive in the daytime to see the glory of the resort, but this was great. This was the day of Mother's Day that we arrived. So you will see on the bed, there's a little bit of a writing on for my mother. I was so impressed by it, and just such a lovely, warm welcome when we got to the resort. So this is the indoor shot. There's my bed there. On the top there of the headboard, those doors do open. There's a closet, little seating area. And of course, remember, the cot doesn't usually always come in because it's average 2 people that always stay. But here's the bathroom. So I had to do a 3-part video for this accommodation. Now the Adaaran Prestige Vidu, this is very common because it's very close to the airport. It's only 20-minute speedboat ride. This is the bathroom. The bathroom's another experience. So as we're walking out, there's the jacuzzi. You just walk out to, and again, it's all private. You walk down the steps and you're in the bathroom. Your little mini fridge with the double vanity, a seat. Remember those doors can't open? Because people will sit out here in the bathroom as you're at the jacuzzi, where you have your glass floor in the bathroom. Absolutely stunning. I can't wait till I go back. Oh, and the rain shower. All of them had the rain shower. So the next morning when we woke up, which was 5 in the morning, this is a picture of the sunrise. So no one's up yet except for us Canadians. This is a picture of the patio. So there's our view. Now that's the sunrise. It's the sun just coming up. And this is the balcony that we have. As I always say, we walk right down to the ocean floor. And all of them have a little shower at the end of the patio. So you take you shower off the salt water. And here we had a saltwater pool just right off of our deck. So as you can tell, there's no railings. So that's why they always make someone, if you're taking a child, if it's under 12, you sign the waiver. I just took this picture because I loved we had the fruit. So we would have a pre-breakfast. So before breakfast, we had an appetizer for breakfast. So we would always eat our fruits or little nuts as we're watching the sunrise, and then we'd go in at 7. So there's no limit of what you can eat. It's an all-inclusive. Another sunset, you will see the most amazing sunsets in the Maldives. This is not Photoshop. That's just me. Someone took a picture of me. This is at the lobby bar where I took. This is again another amazing shot of the ocean. I think, yeah, that's my parents. And it's quite hot there. Remember, you're very close to the equator. Sunscreen, this is a repeat, but remember to wear sunscreen and a hat. And my mom wore a t-shirt because her back would get burnt. So you have to be really careful of the sun. The other thing I would recommend, there's a picture of my feet overlooking, just sitting up there. Water shoes. Some people say, like even Crocs, because when you're you can swim. Remember, you get all your snorkeling equipment inside your room and your beach towel. But if you want water shoes, where you just want to walk, because it's very shallow where these overwater villas are, you can take your little Crocs and water shoes, so you're not stepping on the rocks, because it can be quite sharp. From the Adaaran video, this is the picture of downtown Mali. So that's how close we are. This picture doesn't do it justice, but it's a busy little town. You would see some of the high rise. That's where the high rise, I think, to the left, they're mostly the hotels. Because right away I saw the Courtyard Marriott, the Hampton, the Hilton, and just another Marriott. So you'll see all of those. So that's just a view from the Adaaran Resort on a clear day. Now the last resort, this is your most high-end, the Heritage Ara Resort by Adaaran Resorts. This resort just was finished being built in May of 2019. The ocean villas were not completed. So the ocean suite where I was upgraded to is 2 levels. Again, I have another 2-part video, but this video just to show you the entrance of when you walk into your villa. So there's your little butler driving on in the golf cart. And this is, I call it the little town. And it just kind of wraps around there. It's pretty amazing. This is our last resort that we stayed at. We're like, wow. This is the bottom level. So entering the ocean suite at the Heritage Ara, this is their high end. I would say 5+, definitely 6-star. This one here is of the pool, my outdoor deck in the bottom level. So there's our ocean pool. There's my neighbor out there in the ocean snorkeling. This is as you go down. The swing set. You can have dinner out here if you want to order. That's the doors to the bathroom. And I apologize. I'm going to get better at taking videos. I was just so excited when you walk in that you have to take the video. I made my parents stay outside. Another beautiful glass floor with there's just steps that go upstairs. I'm going to walk into the bathroom here at the bottom level. Absolutely stunning, with the big soaker tub, the double vanity, with the rain head shower, water closet, and it goes straight out. That's your living room, straight out to the patio from there as well. So if you want to go into the shower. This is the top level. So this is where your bedroom is. This is the view. My mom would sit out here every morning with my dad to have their coffee. I would bring them up for them. And you can sit on here in your patio. Absolutely stunning. Again, everything's air conditioned inside. Your TV, which nobody watches. Your high-end thread count linen. I always take the picture of the ceiling. I love the beams. And there's a bathroom on this level as well. So up here, you just get the double vanity and the shower, the rain shower, I should say, the beautiful rain shower, your water closet, and then your regular closets that you have, which all had a safe. This is of the Harrington's entrance to the beach villa. And I remember I recommended that people stay both. So there's, you walk steps from the beach. There's your little patio. To the left, that's where you enter from the bathroom. This is your main area. So you people lounge out here, reading a book, having a cocktail. You can order room service at the Adaaran Resorts. There's the king bed with the little seating area to the right. There's your door as you enter into your room, the closet. You can put your suitcase there, and I'm going to walk into the bathroom. Remember the outdoor? You can walk outdoor right into your soaker tub with your double vanity. There's two types of showers that you can have. Again, you can have your indoor shower with the rain shower head, or you can do your outdoor shower. I mean, that's something else. And it's, even though the other your neighbors are there, it's very private. There's nothing else like to, and to take a shower outside. Food, of course, I'm one of those that always take pictures of my meals. I didn't put too many in here, but there's my breakfast in the top left. That's ahi tuna on the right. The bottom is the red snapper with the salad, and the bottom left is my lamb chops. Any dietary requests that your clients have, the resort can accommodate. Food, food, food. We ate a lot. Now this one I took a video. This is at the Adaaran Hidifishu where we sat on the patio outside for dinner. And as you see on the patio, you can see these lovely reef sharks. Remember the sharks, when there's light, you will see them. They somehow like the light. But they don't bite humans. Reef sharks like veggies. They're in the reef, so they won't bite you. But I just thought how close we are sitting at the edge, and just to show that video. So just to recap, pristine beaches. You will find beaches everywhere. Quite common, the average booking that Goway does get is couples and honeymooners, or just romance and anniversary. That's the average booking. Diving, what to do in the Maldives, it's all about the water sports. So diving beyond the reef, you will see amazing sea creatures that you won't see at home in North America. Also, fishing trips that you can do if you're not into the deep dive, snorkeling. You don't have to take a tour for snorkeling because you can just swim just right off your resort. Sunset cruise, I did do a sunset cruise, and the nice things when you do the sunset cruise, you do see the dolphins kind of swim right up beside you. Sail excursions. There's also, if you want to visit a local village, as you're as I mentioned, the main island of Mali, the big city, is there. More, I think it's 75% of the people live in Mali. However, I remember there's over 1,000 islands. Not every island is a resort. Some of the islands are local villages. Now, the Mali government, what they say is you can live on an island as long as you have a school and a clinic or a little mini hospital. What these people do on the local village, how they make their income is either if they're a teacher or work at the local hospital or fishing. And some of them work at the neighboring hotels. So that's how they make a living. Spas, 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 amazing spas. You can do right outdoors. You see in the left-hand picture, or indoor where you get that glass bottom floor. The spas are average price. They're not overpriced. They're the same prices as what you would get in North America. I did see a pedicure was $25 or $30 US. So that's the average price of what you would get also in the Maldives. How to get there? So before COVID, and again, all these flights will resume. We're just waiting for when the country opens and the airports. But the way that I flew on Cathay Pacific. I went Vancouver straight to Hong Kong, and then Hong Kong to Maui. Another popular gateway from Canada, a lot of people will fly via Toronto, from Toronto via Dubai or Abu Dhabi. Now remember, I mentioned the two center holidays. It's quite common for people to take two countries instead of just Maldives. So when you go to, okay, I'm skipping ahead. Also New York via Dubai, those are the main gateways. There are other gateways When you call into our reservation staff, they will give you all of the updates. Selling tips, I think I mentioned upscale high-end couples, recommended stopovers. So Dubai, Sri Lanka, India, Paris. The most common route that people will take with Goway is Dubai. So if you haven't been to Dubai, you do a 3 or 4 stop, either on the outbound or the return. Sri Lanka, if you want to get that cultural experience, do a stop in Sri Lanka. It's an hour and 15 minutes from Maldives. Paris, there is a flight that will come up later on in this year. Mumbai, remember I mentioned? So if you're in India and want to do a beach vacation, say 5 nights in Maldives, we can do that for you too. I did get the odd booking, which I thought was quite interesting. Someone was in Kenya and they did a side trip to Maldives. So remember, we have over 100 airline contracts. We can customize anything. That's what Goway is known to do, is customize FIT. All inclusive, I mentioned that. Overwater Villa and Beach Villa, I would recommend the two. Best time to go, just to recap, is the cheapest time, I should say, to go is our summer, but the best weather is during our winter time. So the difference between the two, as I mentioned, I've been very blessed to see both. Tahiti, you get the beautiful mountains, and you get the bit of that cultural experience because you get the French Polynesian, and you have to island hop. When people do Tahiti, it's usually LA Gateway, LAX on Air Tahiti Nui that we fly. I know Delta and there's United, I believe, other airlines that do fly via Los Angeles, some from San Francisco. Check our res team for the flights. And when people do Tahiti, they just do Tahiti. They don't tie in another country because Tahiti is a bit more expensive. And the reason why is because you have to pay for your meals. Now, there are some meal plans in Tahiti. You can do a breakfast and dinner, but Maldives tends to be just a slight bit cheaper because if you can do all inclusive with all your meals and drinks included, it ends up being a bit more economical. That's the major difference. And when you go to Maldives, you don't island hop. You just stay at the one resort. And you don't get as much cultural experience. It's all about the water sports. So that's a major difference. I'm thinking, did I? And of course, Maldives, when people do go, they tie it in with another country. Similarities, I think you know, with overwater bungalow villas, couples, family options are available. That high-end luxury and the activities are pretty much identical. The diving, water sports, and spas. It's very little or very much. Now, folks, remember, well, I didn't tell you this, but I did go for 10 nights and I didn't have any complaints. I like the ocean and I like eating. Groups now, I did mention groups, it's not as common, but remember, minimum 10 is all you need for groups. We're finding a bit more different trend that are happening for groups is more people are doing families. So if you have 2 families, that could be a group of 10. That's how a lot of the folks will like to travel. Suggested itineraries. So when you go on to goway.com, and I'll send you this link, if you see my cursor, hit destinations, you see on the top we have all of our regions. You just go to Idyllic Islands. Once you click on that, on the left, you scroll to the bottom and click on Maldives. When you click on Maldives, you'll see all the little itineraries, trip ideas that you can get. I'll send you that link. Customized flyers. When you go to gowayagent.com, you select on sales tools, then you click on custom flyers. You fill in the criteria, and when you do, it takes 30 seconds to do a flyer. This is what your flyer looks like. So your logo will go at the bottom and all your information here. This is one of the flyers that we have currently for the Maldives. Webinars, I think you guys all know we have always upcoming webinars. We're going to start them on Tuesdays and Thursdays. This Thursday we won't be doing one, but we'll start up again in June. So you can register for the webinars. What's in it for you? The Goway Visa card. If you don't have it, just go to gowayair.com/rewards, sign up for a new Visa card. Air only booking's $5, 10 for land. Groups is 200. If you have any questions about your Goway Visa card, you can email rewards@goway.com. Also, social media, you have to love it. You love it or you hate it, but it's a great way of being relevant. Right now, everyone's doing contact through social media, through email, through Zoom. We always post as much as we can on Goway Agent Facebook page. You can follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. So if you want to get a hold of one of your BDMs, these are our US BDMs here. We have John McGonigal, Kathy Scott on the East Coast, based in New York. John's based in Boston. Of course, Steve Spurloff, he's based in Seattle. So these are the guys, and I'll email you their email addresses so you can get a hold of them. And of course, myself, based on the West Coast, and we have Sam based on the East Coast of Canada. I'll send you our links for our emails. I just give another extra plug to all the other destinations that we sell. Remember, Goway sells the world, except we don't do North America. These current brochures are available on our website. The only two that will be coming up on e-brochure later in the year is Asia and UK, Europe. All the other ones are still out for viewing for e-brochure. As I mentioned, we fly the world except North America. We fly out of North America. With the exception, I will have to say, we do Hawaii and Mexico City and the Yucatan Peninsula, as well as some long stays in Mexico. 50th anniversary, I will get to your questions at the chat. Goway celebrating 50 years this year, but we're going to continue on the celebration on our 51st year as well. And that's me there. So this is one of my sunset videos. I just love the sunset. I mean, I don't get this back at home, even though I'm on the West Coast, I don't live by the water. But if you have any questions, please email me. To get a quote, you just email agents@Goway. That's me sitting on the tip of the boat on a sunset cruise. Now I'm just going to open up the chat here and let's see what we have here so I can answer some of your questions. Is it as humid as Tahiti during dry season? Very good question. It can get humid. When I went to Maine, it was odd. Some days it felt dry, and then some days it was very humid. We found it more in the evening time. So yes, it can get humid. I want to also mention take repellent for bugs, but the whole resort sprays it. Oddly enough, I got bitten with mosquitoes in Tahiti, but I did not get bitten once in the Maldives because they do spray it. How safe is it to? Oh, the seaplane is safe. Now, keep in mind, if you're totally immobile, it's going to be hard because you're on a floating plane, so you have to take certain steps. My dad's almost 80 and has a bit of a weak knee, but he was fine. I mean, they're so good at holding you and taking you into the plane. Now inside the plane, because it's only about 30 max an hour you would fly, it's not air conditioned, so you have a little mini fan in the seaplane that kind of blows on you. But it's not like you're super crowded. It's not this premium economy seat again on the seaplane, but it's just, remember, a short stay. And even if you're in an aisle seat, you can see out through the window because that's the best view, is just going over all these these islands. Thank you so much for attending. We appreciate your support. We will once again travel again. We're just getting you all prepared for when the phones start ringing. Do you have standard deposits for guests? Thank you. Yes. Our terms and conditions are on our website. It is a standard deposit when booking, and then full payment is due. I believe it's 60 days prior. However, we might be looking into changing some of those. So we'll keep you posted. That's it. So thank you so much. We appreciate your support.